Hi, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's the 23rd of February. My name's Kevin. I'm reading out my dad's letters, Jimmy Hodge, who was a journalist in the Medway area of Kent. And in 1999, he wrote a series of letters at the age of 67. I'm now 68. And he wrote a series of letters sort of detailing what happened in 1999, day by day, and all to do with the millennium starting, obviously, at the end of the year. Today, 23rd of February, just two or three things that caught his eye. One was that Britain under the Labour Party were then talking very seriously about a euro currency, the euro, and apparently that was quite high profile in 1999. And Jimmy was talking about a length of time, and they reckon it wouldn't be 7 years until it was all sort of settled, and then would it be a referendum? And then, of course, in 2000, whenever it was, we decided to come out of the EU, didn't we? And we had the famous Brexit, but that was quite a lot of time being spent talking about that at the time. There was a church committee apparently that were unfortunately got themselves locked into the church, but accidentally couldn't get out of the church, and eventually the only way they managed to get out was by someone who could get to the bell tower, and they rang out SOS on the bells, and some eagle-eared man heard it and realised that they were belling out the SOS. So that was quite fun, I guess. God works in mysterious ways, as Dad said. And then there was a guy called Brian who bought an Alfa Romeo in 1956, the year I was born. Good man, like him. Um, and it cost him £100. But then eventually his children, I think, were due to sell it. And apparently it was a chimney sweep, so he was going to sell it. But apparently it raised £45,000. And then Jimmy recalled the fact that he bought himself a 1939 Ruby Austin 7, which I think he said he paid £12 for. And I do remember it. I remember sitting in that car as a very young child and thinking I was, the bee's knees. And an Austin 7. Not sure what an Austin 7 would bring today. I guess if it was in tip-top condition, it would be many thousands of pounds. But actually, they're probably old ones. They're not as dear as you might think, really. Lastly, the PS today was that apparently Levi Strauss was struggling financially. I don't know if they are now. Perhaps they've got through it. But car key was going to be the order of the day in 1999, and Jimmy was talking about the sort of car key fatigues that he and many of his Royal Marine people had to wear, and they couldn't wait to get rid of them. And then suddenly the irony of Levi jeans being out of favour in favour of car key, so that was a bit of a strange thing. Anyway, so not too earth-shattering news. Interesting that the euro and the whole euro thing really 24 years later transpired that we were out of the euro. Certainly never got close to having a euro currency, and we now enjoy Brexit, rightly or wrongly. 51% of the country wanted to not, and 49 was wanting to stay, so it was a bit of a split decision, and current Labour government seems to be edging us back into harmony with Europe. No bad thing perhaps, but the will of the people seems to be being stretched